So this is CoinBureau's video on Ethereum 2.0 and the merge. We're going to skip through his intro. You guys know what his intros are, so make sure you guys swing over and show CoinBureau some love. I don't know if I have to say any of this for fair rights or whatever, but here's a link to his video. Let's dive deep.
So for those who've been following the ETH 2.0 roadmap as closely as I have, you won't be surprised to learn that the actual name, ETH 2.0, has been retired. This happened a few weeks after my last Ethereum update video, and it took many people by surprise. The folks at the Ethereum Foundation broke down their thinking in a blog post on the Foundation website, which I've linked to down below. The Foundation was of the view that the term 2.0 was confusing, as it implied that there would perhaps be two different Ethereums. According to the post, quote, "One major problem with the ETH2 branding is that it creates a broken mental model for new users of Ethereum. They intuitively think that ETH1 comes first and ETH2 comes after, or that ETH1 ceases to exist once ETH2 exists. Of course, neither of those are true, something that we'll get back to in a bit. They took the view that it's much clearer to refer to ETH1 as the execution layer and ETH2 as the consensus layer, with both of these combined being Ethereum. This move by the Foundation split the community in half, with some for and others against. It is true that most have come to associate the upgrades with ETH 2.0, and this could further muddy the waters in the eyes of those new to the ecosystem. However, the Foundation does have a point. There are already stories about malicious actors who have attempted to use the ETH 2.0 moniker as a way to scam newbies, telling them to swap their ETH1 for ETH2 tokens, for instance. Moreover, not only was ETH 2.0 a bit of a misnomer from a technical standpoint, but also when it comes to expectations. It created the perception that, with this upgrade, we would see ETH 2.0, when in reality, the Ethereum upgrades were a multi-stage process with numerous different steps. That is exactly how these things are likely to progress from here, with the first upgrade being the merge, followed by sharding. So, that's the name change. Now, terminology aside, we're inching ever closer to that all-important merge event.
So what he doesn't tell you, right, is the merge makes Ethereum a single chain, proof-of-stake blockchain, just like Harmony, right? And Harmony has been working on solving this quote-unquote sharding cross-chain communication problem since the beginning of Harmony. And they're behind on 2 roadmaps now, 2 years behind delivery date. But somehow Ethereum's going to figure this out, right?
That's because about 2 weeks ago, a merge did indeed take place, on the Kiln testnet, that is. For those who don't know, we had a similar testnet merge late last year on the Kintsugi testnet. In that case, there were a few bugs that needed to be corrected, but it was invaluable preparation for the recent Kiln testnet merge. This was largely successful, short of a single client that was not producing blocks consistently. The reason why Kiln is so important is because it was the last merge testnet created before all the existing public testnets were upgraded. This means that we could well be on our way to the merge happening on the mainnet in the next few months. Core developers such as Danny Ryan have been alluding to the merge happening, quote, soon in recent tweets. You also have the comments by Ethereum co-founder and Consensus CEO Joe Lubin. According to him, the merge will come in Q2 or at the latest Q3. And I think that Joe's comments tend to add weight. That's because, as one of the biggest Ethereum dev companies, Consensus has to plan for these timelines. All of its products and roadmaps have to adjust based on where there could be protocol-level changes on Ethereum. So that's the lie of the land with the merge. Exciting times ahead for the Ethereum community. But what impact is this upgrade likely to have?
I also want to point out, we can go watch his 2020 video, and he was saying the exact same thing, right? Exciting news. When? When is this exciting news? How many more times are we going to hear about Ethereum 2.0 and not have an Ethereum 2.0?
Well, I think the most important thing to understand right now is what impact the move to proof of stake is going to have on scalability and gas fees. And the truth is, not very much. Allow me to explain. You see, there are 3 layers on Ethereum. You have the execution layer, the consensus layer, and the data availability layer. The merge will be an update to the consensus layer. On this layer, it will no longer be miners propagating the blocks, but staking validators. However, the execution layer will remain unchanged, and it's over here where you'll be paying the gas. This confusion around the upgrade is something that Vitalik has himself tried to clear up on numerous occasions. For example, I found his answer to this Reddit post about proof-of-stake scaling to be quite illuminating.
So let me get this straight. Who has the most Ethereum staked? Vitalik? All the big VCs? Yo, Bike Rider, what up, homie? Thank you so much for the support, man. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that big time. Thank you so much, man. All of you guys, really. I cannot thank you guys enough. So let me get this straight, right? They're designing ETH 2.0 to transition to ETH2. And they are going to be paying all of these VCs, all of the gas fees from the miners, right? So am I understanding this right? When this merge happens, all the miners are done. No more miners, right? But anybody that utilizes Ethereum, how much money are people paying in gas fees right now? Oh my Lord. No wonder they want this to go off like this. Oh, this is all brilliant. So can anybody tell me? Because I don't even know what I should search for. I can get the average cost of gas, but how much money are people paying in Ethereum gas fees per day? Ethereum miners earned record $830 million in January. Ethereum miners earned record $830 million in January. No wonder. Oh my gosh, that's so freaking smart. If I'm reading this right, let's listen more. I'm getting too excited before I actually know what's going on.
I'll leave a link to it in the description, but the TLDR is that reducing block times could lead to a reduction in security and decentralization because of connection latency. I talked about this in much greater detail in my video on the fastest blockchains, which I'll leave a link to in the top right for you to come back to later. So the point is that proof of stake won't be the gas fee panacea that some perceive it to be. I also don't want to be too much of a killjoy when I say that the next upgrade, sharding, is unlikely to have that much of an impact on base layer fees either, at least not until we get execution layer sharding.
Dude, this is so brilliant. Check this out, guys. This is freaking genius. Dude, these guys are going to make billions. Billions. Like in Ethereum, what are you making right now? You're not making it. Are you making anything if you're staking your Ethereum? You're definitely not making $830 million. Dude, that's big, big time, guys. That is so smart for these VCs. No wonder they are spending so much money to keep Ethereum alive. Just this switch, just this transition to failure is going to make them billions. Oh my gosh. If you can get enough Ethereum to become one of these validators, guys, how much Ethereum do you need to be a validator? I mean, you should even sell your Cadena and go do this. This is the biggest Ponzi scheme I've ever seen in my life. 32 ETH. How much is that? $32 Ethereum. How much is that? Oh, this is brilliant, guys. No wonder. Oh my gosh. 90,000? $96,000. Dude, y'all gotta get, if you got 96, no wonder Coin Bureau's doubling down on his ETH investment. Oh, he's got to have validators running. Wow. That's so freaking smart.
So you may then be asking, where is this wonderful scaling fix we were told about? Well, that will come in the form of upgraded shard chains in conjunction with layer 2 execution layers.
So if they can't get shards running, which has never happened, no wonder they're aiming for such 1,000 shards. Like, let's not start out with just 5, right? Let's just go right to 64 or something crazy. Because I bet that's what they're doing. It's like guaranteeing failure. So you can stay in proof of stake mode. And oh my gosh.
That's right. The ETH layer 2 industry is heating up, and there are projects out there raising hundreds of millions, nay, billions of dollars to develop on top of the ETH base layer. For example, just last week we had Optimism raise over $150 million in a Series B that would value it at $1.6 billion. That's not the most important number, though. According to Optimism, its scaling solution has helped Ethereum users save over $1 billion in fees. Then you have the likes of Arbitrum, which raised $120 million last year for a valuation of $1.2 billion. This L2 has seen considerable growth over the past year and currently has over $3.1 billion of total value locked. Then, of course, there is the largest layer 2 of them all, the Polygon network.
Does anybody know how many validators they're going to allow on Ethereum? Because if you have $96,000 worth of Ethereum and you can get one of these validators up and running, all Ethereum gas fees should be divvied up. Right? So if there's like 5, like most blockchains only have a couple hundred, 1,000, maybe there's 1,000. But you're talking about 1,000 validators. Oh my gosh. If I'm understanding this right. You're talking about, and guys, this is me, dumb money, guys. I have no clue what I'm talking about half the time. Sometimes I go down these rabbit holes and I'm like, oh, wait, bro, that doesn't even make sense. You're way wrong. But if they're going to go to proof of stake and they're going to still pay those same type of fees, they're going to be getting paid to the validators because they're the ones securing the network. So you're talking about if there's only 1,000 Ethereum 2.0, which like look at Solana right now, like 1,000's a lot for one of these blockchains. So you say you have 1,000 divided, or let's do $830 million in January. So if this was running in January, $830 million divided by 1,000 validators, each validator would have made $830,000 just in January, right? Now you cut that and divide that by 10. Say they had 10,000 validators. Each validator still would have made $83,000. You're talking about your cost to stake Ethereum for 1 month, right? If I'm right on this, guys, really dive down this rabbit hole because this is like if the merge does or whatever this shit does that Coin Bureau is talking about, and you have one of these validators up and running, if I'm right on this, you're talking about life-changing gains in a month with zero risk to the downside, unless it just forks itself and breaks. So there's a little risk to the downside. It could be a total flop. ETH 2.0 could never come and it could bleed all the way out, right? That's why we like you, because you're humble and you keep it real. I keep it real for sure. Sometimes I forget the humble part though. But this is fucking brilliant, dude. No shit, he's doubling down. If I'm right on that, that one play, and just say they only launched with 1,000, because like most people aren't going to be thinking about this. Like I almost feel if I have to open up the regular chat. Let me do this. Let's see who's actually not subscribed to the channel. Now they'll start commenting. Am I wrong on this? They are going to pay out. Yeah, oh yeah. If you cannot unstake your ETH and you want to unstake your ETH, right? If you want to unstake your ETH, dude, because what are they paying you guys for staking rewards? What is, oh my gosh, check this out, guys. Oh, this is bigger than I thought. This is way bigger than I thought. This is like CoffeeZilla big if I'm right on this, right? Can anybody in here tell me if I'm right on this?
I'm trying to touch the states this time. 2021. Yeah, show him I can still rap though.
Yo, Geeko, what up? Now everybody's commenting. You guys aren't subscribed, man. That breaks my heart, man. Hey, what up, homie? Am I right on this, guys? Or am I wrong? So what are your staking rewards? They go up to 10 to 12%, right? These Coinbase is going to be running these validators while you guys have your ETH staked. They're going to pay you 12%. Do you know what they're making a month off theirs? If I stake $96,000 worth of Ethereum in January and this system was going the way I think, in January for that one validator would have made $83,000. They're making 99%, pretty much, not 99%, but they're making like 85%, and they're going to be paying you guys 10 or 12. No wonder Coinbase wants your ETH locked up, because they want you to be happy as a pig in shit getting your 12%, because they're going to be over there just gobbling up all that ETH. Freaking brilliant. No fucking shit, guys. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Everybody can comment right now. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Tell me, please, because this is like not small times small. This is like kind of like wondering if this is borderline even legal. Tell me I'm wrong about that, guys. Somebody will be able to prove me wrong. There's just no way. There's no way my dumbass just figured that out, and it's not like big like everybody's talking about. I've never heard anybody talk about it like that. I have to be wrong on that. Yo, Tommy B, what up? Ash, bro, what's good? Troy, what up? Nicholas, I'm subbed. Let's go. Wow. That's what I mean when I say scam. Jeez. 3 million validators? No way. They'll never be able to get it. No blockchain even. Flux is the most decentralized blockchain in the world with 10,000. So there's no way they're going to have 3 million. They might have 3 million stakers. They might call their stakers validators. I'm talking about people running hardware. My 619 says, I pray you're wrong. My logical mind says there's no way in hell that that's legal. I'm thinking about it myself. It's legal, and it can't be like that. I'm typing to think about that system, but it can't be true. I know, Stefan. I think it is true. If Coin Bureau is saying that the merge is going to happen and gas fees aren't going to change, but miners are going to die, those gas fees are being collected by somebody. So it's either the Ethereum Foundation is collecting all of those gas fees, or it's getting paid out to the validators. Wow. That's crazy, guys. Holy shit. Yeah, no, Polkadot puts out only has an inflation rate of 9%. So Polkadot's only inflating their supply by 9%. And you don't pay any gas fees on Polkadot, I thought. But yeah, but they're not Ethereum gas fees. It's not like you're paying, you know, $7,000 yesterday for an Ethereum transaction. And the Eth 2.0 upgrade is not going to fix any of the gas problems. That's what Coin Bureau just told us. Crypto Guapo, you don't understand what they're... Coinbase pays you 12% of what you have invested, right? So right now it'll cost anybody that wants to set up an Ethereum validator, say 100 grand, right? Right? And you have $1,000 over there staked, right? So you have one, so say you had $100,000 over there staked, right? You're going to make 10,000. Coinbase is going to make 86,000. 12,000 nodes on Flux. 12,000 on Flux. Yes. Yes. Where exactly? So I mean, the question needs to be, ETH goes POS. Where are the gas fees going to be paid to? Who is getting paid gas fees? Wow, ETH gas fees, illegal robbery. Wow. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Calvin. ETH gets wrecked by a Bored Ape yacht sale landslide. Yeah, Bored Ape's landslide on Ethereum. That's not right, Tim. The maximum validators in Ethereum depends on the total supply of Ethereum. Each validator, if there's around 100 million. No, well, if there's 100 million coins and every single person, every coin that was out in supply. I see what you're going after. You're saying there's 100 million ETH coins and you need roughly 100,000 or you need 32 to stake it. So you need 32 coins of Ethereum to stake it. There could potentially be 3.1. I see what you're saying. Yeah. No. Their blockchains just can't handle that many. You know, they're going to have X amount of shards. They said 1,000 shards. So I would say you'd at least have to have one validator per shard. But even if you did 3 validators per shard, I mean, if there's only 1,000 validators, which is very feasible. And they'll probably pay. Here's the crazy part too, is they'll probably pay, just like on Solana. Like, I think it's like 11 validators on Solana process like 90% of transactions on Solana. So your big validators, the big boys, are going to get rewarded a majority of those fees, I think is how it's going to work. That is just bonkers. I see why people are doubling down on it. Man, do you know how many validators I could have set up with my 1,000 Ethereum I mined? Dude, I could have had 31 validators making $90,000 a month. And that's an underestimate. 90,000 was the, crazy estimate. 10,000 validators. I would have been making $2.81 million a year. I'm not wrong. Yo, what up, Modern Disposal? 200,000 validators. I'm not buying that one bit. 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 I'm not buy This is how the banks work with our savings accounts. For sure, Ritmus, for sure. Right, there won't be, yeah, for K2700. K2027 says with KDA and other options, there won't be ETH gas fees. You're right. Nobody will be using it. Oh, it's so nice. Aragon Blue. Zelcore is nice, man. I'm dying for that next upgrade, man. I think that I like using Zelcore. I just don't like when it, like, certain things on it that I think could be fixed so easily and they cause such big problems for everybody. I can't wait for that next Zelcore upgrade. Flux did it so right. Like, that's how you do it. You build your own wallet. That's what kind of bummed me out about Cadena. I was like, man, you guys got to have a banger wallet, man. It's so smart. I mean, I don't know if we really need to go in it anymore. You know, Ethereum is rote and Solidity. Everybody talks about EVM this, EVM that. Aussie Toker, puff, puff, pass. What up, homie? So, you know, anything rote and Solidity, we can go through the hacks right now and just take a look at all the recent Ethereum hacks and why I say that nobody, like no banker business is ever going to use Ethereum. It's so expensive to use on top of the gas fees. Like, you're talking about Ethereum hacks this year. So the Ethereum ecosystem has lost nearly $636 million to attacks to 18 hack events through Q1 of 2022. So let's zoom in on this, because people really need to wrap their head around what they're talking about when they're saying that Ethereum is going to be the future and banks are going to use it and people are actually going to use it. It's so unrealistic to think that any bank, any institution, anybody's going to want to build anything on this. Zoomed in too far. All right. The Ethereum ecosystem, right, just this year, just in 2022 already, has lost nearly $636 million to attackers in 18 hack events throughout Q1, just Q1 of 2022. The largest of which cost the platform $173,600 Ethereum and $25.5 million of USDC, worth a total of $610 million. The Solana ecosystem, a rival to Ethereum, suffered 5 hacks in Q2 in 2022 of Q1, costing them $397 million. That's $1 billion just in Rust and just in Solidity. Their coding languages are extremely dangerous. They are not safe, they are not secure, and we're talking about the smartest minds in the entire industry building applications that are just getting annihilated by hackers. It's every single proof of stake blockchain, every single proof of stake application that is rote and Solidity just seems like a ticking time bomb. They all do to me. That's why I couldn't get out of them fast enough. That's why I don't think that they're going to be the future of the industry, and I don't think anything's going to wag me. Because these coding languages are just so unsafe. And if we talk out of those hacks and you go to savebykadena.com. Now, I'm not saying that a Kadena would have saved every one of these. Some of them could have been just, you know, who knows. But if you come over here to savebykadena.com, 8 out of 11 projects wrecked in the last 10 months. Total $852 million. Could have been saved by Kadena. Compound, V Finance, Cream Finance, X Token, Punk Protocol, Poly Network, Popsicle Finance, Thorchain. So do you think any of these businesses are going to go, hey guys, yeah, come build on Ethereum. But you know what? If we would have just wrote our code in Pact, right? You think Compound is happy they built on Ethereum? V Finance happy they built? No. These players are ticked, man. Poly Network. So that's where I think the industry is going. I think we're watching this bear market Because, you know, Bitcoin can't do it by itself. So without a catalyst right now, I think Bitcoin's kind of just, it's a store of value. And until the world really rakes up and starts to really realize how much they need Bitcoin, I think we're just kind of at that limbo stage. I still think Bitcoin's going to be a, you know, $100 million asset, or $100,000 asset, you know, a couple 100,000 even, maybe even $1 million. But keep it real and say, you know, 250,000 is realistic in the next couple of years. But in reality, if we go into global adoption, you need something like that. It's unreal to see how much, you know, that's going to cost. But something like Cadena is just such a powerful software, and it saves people so much money that when you come into an industry like this, going into the crypto revolution, and you're the only blockchain that can lead people there in a safe, secure, scalable, and decentralized way, you don't fail. You just don't. Not only do you not fail by like haters hating on you, you are bringing something so powerful that you're going to make governments better, and you're going to see an arms race to see what government starts to leverage blockchain technology first. This is where innovation comes from, because you're going to get governments that want the power of this blockchain. And they have two options. They can go private and get, you know, behind the scenes access to a blockchain and keep it all secret, or they can come over and put public things, and they can also bridge them together. And that's just one of many reasons why I'm so bullish on Cadena. Like, you think people are going to, what's XRP wrote in? I don't know. XRP is not even a blockchain, so it doesn't really count. XRP is not even a crypto, it's a stock. So Dino says, companies lose $400 billion to hackers each year. Imagine how much Cadena will save those companies. That's awesome, Dino. That's beautiful. So these, when I say Cadena dematerializes things, it's dematerializing basically blockchain security, where you have to pay auditors, you have to do all of these extra steps. Those things all cost big bucks, right? Well, Cadena just cuts the auditing process in half. And not only did they cut it in half, but Typing Kate created her own protocol that runs a test audit and basically audits your blockchain in one click. So we'll see how accurate it is, right? They're going to have real auditors doing it. But if her thing is accurate 100 out of 100 times, man, it's kind of hard to think that you could, you know, audits, that just saved your business $200,000 for building on Cadena, right? Like, how else can I save you money? Oh, you don't need insurance because no asset ever built on Cadena has ever been hacked, because you don't need to pay outrageous insurance because Cadena offers you that security. That saves your business $50,000 a year, right? You see where I'm going when I say dematerializing things? It's dematerializing the blockchain trilemma, and they got a patent on it. Oh, man.